even though plants or whatever it may be, plant or living being having 60 to 70% of water, especially our body, human body consists of 60 to 70% of the water. Globe also covered with water, 70%. If we may not drink water, our day-to-day activities we may not do properly. That is the importance of the water. First importance of the water. Then everywhere plant also having 60% of water. So water is in three phases. That is the greatness of water: solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Importance of the hydrological cycles, water cycle. Water, like energy, water also neither created nor destroyed, but it is polluting. You have to remember. Neither created nor destroyed, but it is polluted due to our negligence. How hydrological cycles happens: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, transpiration, and respiration. First, after rain will come, all the water is enter into the water bodies like rivers, lakes, everywhere, oceans, groundwater. From the surface runoff, some amount of water is evaporated due to sun rays. That is the evaporation. Converting of water, surface runoff water from the water bodies, surface water bodies due to the sun rays is known as evaporation. Transpiration is evaporation of some water droplets from the plant, forest. This plays vital role. If forest area is more, there is no problem in the temperature fluctuations. It will be balanced weather conditions because of greatness of transpiration of the plant. So after transpiration, evaporation, water vapor will be condensed with cool breeze, further converted into the, if it is condensed, precipitated as a snow, Himalayas like that, or snow, or it will be converted, come back as a rainfall. After evaporation, it will be condensed and forms as a clouds. It come as a rainfall, or it will be condensation and precipitation takes place, and then converted into the snow. This is a water cycle. I'm just overviewing how water neither created nor destroyed. Even though whatever water if we are using, anybody is using, it is converted into some other things and then finally reconverted as a water. That's why it neither created nor destroyed, but it is polluted. That thing we have to imagine. See, just now I told to you 70% of the globe is covered with water, but among that only 3% is the fresh water. 3% is the fresh water, that is the lakes, rivers, ponds, like that. See the situation. On that 3%, we have to utilize effectively that water. So freshwater resources may be broadly classified into two types: surface water, standing water bodies like lakes, reservoirs or ponds, flowing water bodies, streams, rivers. Groundwater, standing water bodies, flowing water bodies. Surface water is nothing but, I mean, groundwater, surface water is nothing but which are flowing or which are standing. Then underground water. Surface water is the standing water bodies like lakes, reservoirs, estuaries, streams. Flowing water bodies are the streams, rivers, etc. These are the fresh waters. We are now taking place in the environment. Thing is, among all the water, only 3% of the fresh water is there as a surface water and underground water. As a lakes, reservoirs, estuaries, streams, rivers, ponds, everything. Among those, all the rivers are polluted, polluting continuously. That is the problem. Here, underground water. Majority of the areas, especially our area is mainly depending on the underground water, which is found available deep in the ground. Percolation for surface water, especially from the percolation, majority of the percolation occurs in the wherever grassland is there. Water percolation is more. Wherever forest area is there, water percolation is more, and then our surface water converted into the that water is converted into the groundwater, and then we are using that water as a bore wells, pump wells, like that. Wherever that good aquifers are there, water will be percolated more, or otherwise we may not. And then how we are utilizing the water for drinking purpose, agriculture purpose, industry, irrigation, everywhere. Hydropower plant also we are using. But thing is, majorly fresh water is using for domestic purpose. Cooking, drinking, bathing, washing. Commercial purpose in the sense of hotels, theaters, and then any other commercial lands, that also we are using. But another important utility of the fresh water is the irrigation for agriculture. Irrigation for agriculture. Because as per our Indian culture is the agriculture. Majority of the agriculture depends on the water. If water is there, it may be surface water or groundwater. It is converted, I mean, it can be utilized for the agriculture purpose. If there is no water, waterlogging happens, there is a lot of issues. And then for industrial operations also 20 to 30%, not, I mean, exactly, but some cases it is 40 to 50% also utilizing for industrial purpose. But what overutilization, conflicts over overutilization, decrease in the groundwater. If water levels are decreased in the ground, what will be happen? Majorly, hardness will be increased. First important factor is the hardness. Hardness of the water is increased. If water will be hardened, we may not drink properly. I mean, you know everything very well about the what is the, I mean, effects of the hardness. And then second thing is structural damage in the buildings. If actually surface is balanced with stones, soil and water. If water level is decreased, some tilt occurs within the ground level. Due to that, majority of the large buildings structures will be tilt. I mean, some damage will occur. Fractures in the pipes, I mean, underground pipes, tidal flooding, and then salt water, formation of salt water, even though actually groundwater is the fresh water, we are thinking some, I mean, it depends on situation. At what level in the ground it is observing, what is the water capacity of that ground, everything plays vital role for the salinity of the water. Hence, this is also problem. Salt water also uh, facing, we may not use properly salt water for even for agriculture too. It makes difference. Then due to that, if underground water level will be decreased, even though if we are using earthquakes and then landslides also occurs, observed. Then wells will be dried, that is okay. Due to enhancing of the heavy metals, if water is less, what will be happen? Heavy metal concentration on that particular belt will be increased. Due to fertilizers, pesticides surrounding by agriculture, lands, they also absorbed by the soil and then groundwater. Their concentration also increased. They are also facing the problem. That is also facing the problem. Then conflict over water, because now, I mean, if any world war will come, I mean, majority of the incidents now we are thinking, I mean, we are observing in future any war may come for only for water purpose majorly. Bio war is different now, corona. Then for water also, because that is water conflicts are there nationally, state wise, interstates, internationally, everywhere is there, because of the importance of the water. Without water, from the morning to evening, even if you are thinking only for individual, you may not do anything without water. All activities are linking with water. Simply, all the activities are linking with water. From the morning, dawn to dusk. Okay? Including drinking purpose. Then conflicts, why water conflicts will comes? Unequal distribution of the water in between districts or in between states or in between countries. It may be in between districts, inter-district conflict, in between state, interstate conflicts, that is the national conflicts, in between countries, they are the international conflicts. Some international conflicts, India and Pakistan for Indus River water, Mexico and USA for Colorado River water conflict, India and Bangladesh, Brahmaputra river water, because rivers are somewhere, their birth point is in some other country, and then flowing in the ground through, I mean, wherever down is there, that through that water is coming. There is a lot of issues. Birthplace is different, but it will be flow as usual naturally. Wherever downstream is there, down area is there. But thing is different, because if wherever birthplace is there, wherever, I mean, whenever starting point is there are a lot of gains. They can utilize most amount of water. If excess is there, this will comes to the downwards. That is the problem. Next, if they can enhance their, I mean, dams levels, height, that is also problem. National conflicts in the, I mean, 10 years back, I mean, every day, 5 to 10 years back, I mean, every day, newspapers, in the newspaper, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu issue. I mean, Kaveri River dispute in between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, we observed. Now, I mean, it is the starting Krishna River water dispute in between Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. This is also a problem. Some areas, I mean, this is we will observe in future. This impact will be more in the future itself. Krishna disputes in between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh will be more, will be enhanced if there is no proper understandings of the states. Even though construction of the dams and power stations, higher areas, I mean, wherever higher end of the river is there, at that place things are going on smoothly. Wherever downstreams are there, they problem facing. We are facing the problem. Then in between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, water conflict, that is also thirsty. To Srisailam and Nagarjuna Sagar reservoir, everywhere. Hitesh? That is also a problem. There is a lot of issues will be observed in future. Because recently state is distributed, I mean divided, that is also a problem. There is a lot of disputes in between states, interstates, and then countries and nation. This is the importance of water, conservation, why we has to conserve the water, then how conflicts takes place.